I don't know what it is, Leanne, but it seems like every time I turn around, I'm talking to somebody or talking about somebody who's got ties to Ole Miss. I don't know what the deal is in my life these days, but I guess Preston Ashley would be the latest name that I'm not real familiar with, and maybe Hugh Freeze figures, hey, I got ties to Ole Miss as well, so I'll take my shot at the Ole Miss legacy.
Well, Hugh Freeze and Lane Kiffin continue to battle on and off on the recruiting trail. The Auburn Ole Miss battle runs deep since Hugh Freeze left Oxford, obviously, and not so happy terms, heading over to the Plains looking to rebuild. But one thing that you cannot deny about Hugh Freeze is his recruiting ability and what he can do as a recruiter during his time at Ole Miss, and obviously what he's trying to continue to do at Auburn. But one state that he really has strong ties, and despite him going over a couple states over to Alabama, he still has strong ties in Mississippi, and he's looking to pluck one right back from the backyard of Lane Kiffin and his staff in top corner. Preston Ashley, his Preston Ashley out of Brandon, Mississippi, has been on the rise. He's a name we haven't talked a lot about, but he's definitely been making waves on the circuit within the state of Mississippi. And again, Under Armour camps like these are really a stage where a lot of these rising recruits can continue to up their value. And Preston Ashley definitely did it this past weekend and debuting, over in Carrollton. This is a kid that Ole Miss has heavily been recruiting, not just because of his athletic ability, but obviously because he's a legacy at Ole Miss. So they're always looking to keep those football DNA, those good rebel genes continuing. But like I said, Hugh Freeze has built such a stronghold despite him being removed from the program, seasons ago, that he still has strong ties. And Preston Ashley is definitely, despite his loyalty and legacy to the Rebels and to Ole Miss, he's definitely considering Auburn a lot more than Ole Miss probably is comfortable with. He's Ole Miss has made no excuse. They visited, been in constant contact with him. He's been one of their priority targets. But again, Hugh Freeze has a way of kind of working that magic, and the Tigers have definitely been one to watch as of late with Preston Ashley, to try to take him out of the SIP and move him to Auburn. He shared about some of the other schools that he's looking at, aside obviously from Ole Miss, is and Auburn, is Florida State, Louisville, Mississippi State, and Tennessee seems to be lurking, and has done kind of a quiet recruitment with Preston Ashley, but that will be another dark horse to watch. As of now, it looks like he has set visits to the Plains, to Starkville and to Oxford, which he's visited several times. So this will be another interesting recruit to watch, as far as, will he stay in house? Will the battle, because this is a triangle battle if you look at it, because of course not only is Ole Miss trying to fend off rival and nemesis Hugh Freeze, they're also trying to fend off Jeff Lebby, and former offensive coordinator at Ole Miss, who's obviously the head coach for the Bulldogs down in Starkville, for one of the top recruits not only in the country but in the SIP. Again, this will be an interesting one to watch. But I'm excited to see his progress again. He's really just kind of been one of those quiet stock risers that you like to see, but also brings a lot more shine back to Mississippi. I really think that this camp season is really where we've seen a lot of kids like Preston Ashley, a lot of kids from the Mississippi talent pool really shine. And we'll talk a little bit more about it tomorrow on our Ole Miss live show. Got a special guest coming on tomorrow that we can't wait to have here in the SIP in Oxford that we'll share. But again, we'll talk a little bit more about Preston Ashley, but a lot of guys from the SIP making moves, and Preston Ashley is one of those guys. But who's going to be the winner? Auburn coming on strong, can Lane Kiffin and all that extra Pilates and all that extra stuff and all that endurance he does in that off season outweigh Hugh Freeze out of the Plains? We'll see.